This is a quick tutorial for 2000 Grand Cherokee Laredo 4.0 liter engine. Hopefully this will help somebody. I could have used this advice at the beginning of this simple task, I guess you could say. The emergency brake. The truck was given to me by my father-in-law. Will be my father-in-law, hopefully. The truck had a couple of issues. One of the issues that had also that I want to point out is the L.E.D. the light sensor in the gearbox wasn't working. Maybe I'll go over that also in this video. But the emergency brake line was broken, and then you can see there it's already a new one in there. I know it looks like a mess, but still, you know, that's the emergency brake line right here. That goes right here. And there's a little tab, and this is the part number that you would need. That's C137. I recommend you getting it from AutoZone. Kragen's doesn't carry it. The one they do carry is for either the left or the back brake, and I'll show you that in a second too. But this is for the emergency brake line that pulls both of them. They gather up here in the back. You have to remove the front seat, the carpet, the side trim. You have to remove this section, the bottom of it. There's a screw under. After you remove the first section, there's a screw under this area. I'll show you right now. You see that? Remove that screw on this side. Remove the trim on this side, and there's another one that goes right here, right there. See? And then you have to remove this. Lift this up. Remove the back seat, which is the back fold-up seat. You have to remove that. And the brake actually gathers up here on this little area. You might have like a tool set here that came with the truck, like so. I'm trying to do this and recording this myself. I'll try to make this soon as possible, fast as possible. So you remove the tools up here, you remove the screws here, remove this screws here, and of course you do this. Sorry you guys for the shaky video. I hate shaky videos, but what can you do? And now you started to see something there. Bam, there it is. Okay, so when you take off the old one, this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need pliers, a hammer. I even ended up using the crowbar that comes with the truck, and I use a chisel. The problem is here. It usually rips either from this end, according to according to the tutorials and all that stuff that I've seen, it either rips from this end, look how shiny it looks, or it rips from the other side, the one that I showed you guys. So this part was a hassle to take out. It actually goes underneath the floor from here to here, and then comes out on the other side, on that side right there. Well, let me focus this on that side right there. But if you try to do it without removing the seat and without removing this section of the back seat of the back carpet, it will not happen. You won't be able to do it, because in here there's three brackets. One here with two bolts right here, and there's another bracket here with just one by itself. You're gonna have to remove those. It's one here with one screw, a bolt, and two here with a bolt and a screw on each side. And I'll show you on the old one has it. But my new one, the one that I replaced, didn't have this little guide here. It's one screw, one bolt by itself. I just reused the old one that was there. So be careful not to throw away that one, because my new one, the new emergency brake line, didn't have that, but it did have the one with two of them. It had that one. Okay, so they don't really show you how to do this part. I don't think anybody does, but maybe somebody out there has a better way. Share that, post that up, and all that free stuff and all that advice comes in handy. So you can kind of see there, it has like little, hold on, let's see, let me try to get a better image. Come on. Okay, there he goes. It has these little like little thumbtacks or whatever you call them, sticking out. As soon as you push them in from the other side, it clips on. In the back, there's another clip, a circular clip, that doesn't allow it to go back in, and this keeps it in place on both positions, on both sides of the brackets. The same thing for the other side. So for these little clips, you have to push them down either with the crowbar. There's 3 of them. Well, let me try to get it better. You gotta push them down, turn them, and push them down, or use these pliers or anything, or maybe a hammer. I tried hammering it after removing the cord. I pulled it out, but this part, the tube, the inner tube, the outer tube was still stuck in there, which is this part. When you get the new part, it comes with the cord, this part, and it comes with this tube. I'll show you the old one, and then you'll be able to get what I'm saying. So there you go. This is the old one, the one that snapped on this side. It's the one on the handle side of the emergency brake line. And this is the outer tube that is sticking out there. See how that one like broke off a piece? And I'll show you how I did that. See, it has a little thumbtack right there. This is little arm. Those arm. As soon as you come in, this ring right here locks it in place, so it won't go further back. But these little arms right here keep it from going forward, so it won't go. It won't allow it to go back. This won't allow it to go forward. These little right here. I was able to push them in with a screwdriver, a flathead, and a hammer. I kept banging and rotating, banging and rotating, until I didn't realize that this one here, there was another little arm. You can see it broke off right there. See? It broke off right there. And I kept hammering it on this side, which is on that side right there. I kept hammering it, and finally it just broke off the piece, and I pushed it back in. I pushed it back in such as this way. Show you this way, and then I hit it again with the hammer a couple more times. It just popped out, and then you have to pull it through. And this is the bracket I'm talking about. The new one will probably have this one, you see. So as soon as you take out the old one, you'll be able to tell right away. It's on this side of the back seat area, somewhere right here, I believe, right here. And then there's another one up here somewhere with one. Make sure you do not throw away that one, because you're going to need it. And just reuse it again. It took me a while, because I wasn't really sure what the hell I was doing. And I just looking and observing and how it kind of worked, I was able to figure out how to take it out. But yeah, this part, this one looks better. Let me just try to get a better zoom. Alright, there we go. So you see how that little part right here keeps it, like, is lifted up, and there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. So I kept hitting it with the top of it with the flat screwdriver, pushing it down with the hammer and the screwdriver, like chiseling it. Oh yeah, I'm trying to chisel it, pushing it down, but this little thing keeps it from going back, and this little arm keeps it from going forward, so it stays locked in this space right here, this between the space, and that's where you might have a problem. The one in the front was kind of easy to take out, but the one in the back, that was pain. And you can tell right here how I had basically forced that motherfucker out. I forced it, and I ripped it, and I broke it on the way out, but it came out. But when you put in the new one, just be gentle with it, observe how you took it out, and that's pretty much how you put it back in. So try starting it from when you put it back in, start from the back, the very back. Which side goes to the front? We can be able to answer that question easily. So, the old one has a little loop, a hook or empty space in the back. And the front one, which will be on the old one, would have a little metal like arm kind of thing. And I'll show you on the new one. See that? How different it is? So again, I'm gonna compare them both. How they look so different. So when you put the new one in, put the new one in the back first. You're gonna pop it in, and it's gonna be like really hard, really thick. This is really strong cable. Pop it back in. There's gonna be your first screw here, and further down somewhere over here or underneath the seat area, on the carpet, underneath the carpet, will be another bracket with this on it, with this one. And then once you do that, insert it there. Insert the new tip on that side, like that, and it just pops in. It's really super easy. But again, taking it out is a pain in the ass. I've been working on this for the past 3 days. I've been working on it whenever I have a chance, so it takes a little time. If you would do it in one day, it'll probably take you anywhere from 2 hours minimum to maybe about 6 hours, depending how thorough you are. And you could even take this time to take advantage of to clean the inside of the car. Well, since I don't have a vacuum cleaner, I'm gonna have to wait until I actually take it to the car wash and something. So, oh yeah, the L.E.D. How I fixed that. Alright, so if in case this goes out anytime soon, or maybe when it does go out, just remember this video. And I did it by myself. I kind of figured it out on my own, but I also used some I don't remember which website it was, and they said everybody kept saying that use LEDs, but nobody shows you how to do it. Like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to buy? Again, I'm not a technician, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not anything of that nature. I'm just a guy who I can't afford paying somebody to do this shit for him. And so if you learn something, cool. If not, then maybe you can tell one of us or me how we could do a better job and stuff like that. So that always comes in handy. Hold on, let me try to bring up the old L.E.D. Give me a second. Maybe we can find it right here somewhere. Find the older one so you guys can look and compare it. It almost seems like the same, but in some aspects it's different. The L.E.D. that originally came with the truck is flat and really super wide. Almost looks like a diagram. Not a diagram, but a schematics of a motherboard or something. Oh man, I can't find it. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. Oh, I think I threw it away. Alright, no biggie. So since I can't find the old one, damn, that sucks. Oh, here it is. This is the old one. I'm gonna give you guys a second to write down part numbers or whatever. I tried looking them up, and I couldn't find anything. AutoZone or Craigslist doesn't carry anything similar to this part, and I'll show you right now how it was positioned. Once again, this is the original L.E.D clutch gear for a 2000 Dodge. For a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4.0 model, 4.0 engine. Look at that. It's weird, huh? So these little prongs here, one's positive, one's negative. This one on this side is positive, obviously, because it's in between all of this other stuff. You can kind of tell because this one doesn't have anything. It's just connected this way. It goes down this way, and then it goes off to the side. See? So just by that, looking at that, I'm just guessing this one is negative and this one is positive, and it has a little prong here. Let's tweak on the side. On the side again. Okay, this little wire, I ended up adding these little wires. I wanted to test it out on the car battery itself. So I put a wire here and put another wire here, and then took it to the car battery on this truck. It did not light up at all. Nothing happened. It just stayed dimmed, and so I'm assuming this is no good anymore. But then I asked myself, maybe it's the resistor or the fuse that it came with it. It's on it. Maybe that's the issue. So these once you remove the center console, to do this you only need to remove the center console, which has a bunch of screws. There's 2 screws here in the front, 2 screws in the middle, which is the cup holder, and then screws underneath this little bin here that goes in here, the armrest. And there's screws inside underneath the drawer. Underneath the drawer, there's 2 more screws. So once you remove the cup and you move the drawer, the cup holder in the back slightly, you'll be able to see these screws right here. You remove that, and then you put this in neutral and drive. You pull this back, and you lift it up from the back, and you remove it. After you do that, there is some sort of gasket or something, a seal that goes around here. You move that also, and then this is positioned like so, and these little thumbtacks right here, you lift them up on both sides. There's 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and it reveals this area. So now you're at the area where you can see the L.E.D, the original L.E.D, and how it laid. So, and then you slightly remove this like so. There you can see my new LEDs, which I bought at AutoZone also. And the original one laid like this. I'm gonna kind of pop it in there, but not really. It laid like that. It lays upside down. And when you take it out, make sure, see, this is the resistor or the fuse. I was told that this is the resistor, and they believe that this was, it might be wrong, it might be blown or whatever, but I couldn't get it out, and it's hardwired into this bracket here. And since I'm not a electrician or car tech guy, I really didn't want to fuss with it too much. So I tried putting the LEDs directly into this, and you see the wires here. Hold on, give me a second. You see the wires here as you go and lead. It leads to the inside here of the coin collector, or the coin thing. I don't know the technical car terms here. It has 2 wires. Hold on, let me try to find the wires. I'm gonna pull them out, but okay. Okay, never mind. So yeah, I tried putting the LEDs connected to this directly, and I turned on the lights. Nothing happened. I tried resoldering this. Maybe I needed a little more soldering or something. I did that on the original one. Nothing happened. So I'm assuming this is dead or gone, burned out or whatever. And so I looked for other ways to do this. I couldn't find anything, but I found this at AutoZone. It was 10 bucks. It was on clearance. So the little pack shows you, like, when you push the button, it lights up. And it has a battery pack. The battery pack's still in there, I think. Is it in there? Yeah, it's still in there, see? You kind of see it. Hold on, let me move my hand. So that's the battery pack for it, to show you that it actually lights up and stuff. And this is the back. Again, I'm not a car technician. I'm just a guy who wants to fix his car. Maybe this would help if anybody wants to take a screenshot of that. And again, I paid about 10 bucks, and it was originally $14.95, and it was on clearance for $9.99. So it tells you it's pretty much 12 volts, and it comes with 2 strips, 4 inches each, total of 8. And so I put one strip LEDs on one side, which is the side of, okay, the side of where it tells you the parking, the reverse and neutral drive, second gear, first gear. And then the one I put the other one on this side, which tells you the highlights, which one are you selecting. So it turns orange, but the orange has faded out so badly, you can see right there, that it almost looks white. So I'm trying to figure out, should I put tape on this, like maybe some what do you call it, nail polish painted orange or something. Maybe orange, painting it orange might help. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I need to do to this. Oh, and in case you're wondering how I was able to wire it for this to the car, in this panel there's hold on, my girlfriend just sent me a message. There's a panel here, this panel. Remove it from this side. There's like some little prongs here. I think it's on this side or on this side, I don't remember. Use a screwdriver or maybe a spatula. Be careful slightly pulling it out. Let me see if I can try to do it right now so I can show you guys how I did it. So that way you guys can see if it's a good idea or a bad idea how I did it. And once again, I'm not a car technician. I'm not a dude who like does this for a living. I'm just a guy who wants to fix his shit and can't afford to have somebody do it for him. Which is cool if you have the money, right? But if you don't, you want to learn something. Oh, see? There we go. Alright. So, this is how I did it. So, both wires, I ran them all the way to the back underneath. And it loops up underneath, loops underneath here. So, I stuck one. It comes with the tape or some sort of a tape that sticks to itself, sticks to any surface. I wiped it down the area, and then I stuck it in right in the middle. Can you see right there? And then this one I just popped it in there, just left it like that. It's fine, you know, it's nothing fancy. So that was fine. So I ran both cables. I cut them as long as possible. I didn't know where I was gonna tie them into. You can see here, they run to the back, they come in, and then I tied it to here. I bought these two at AutoZone, and they cost me about they have a 7-pack or 10-pack for about $2, and I bought a 20-pack for about $7 or something like that. I don't remember. So I'm assuming this is the positive, this is the negative, black always being negative. Okay, so I tried it first. I stuck one of them in here, peeled the wire that it comes from the LED. I peeled it a little bit, stripped it, I twisted it up a little bit, and then I did both cables, positive and negative, for the one LED. Stuck them right here in the back, and I'll try to pop this out. this is for the coin thing. You can see right there. You see? There's a little bit of space in there. And I did that. I popped them in there. And then I tested it out by turning on the lights. Even if the car is off. If you turn on your lights, you know, you ever left the car lights on, you drain out the battery. That's pretty much what I did. I turned it on to see how they reacted, and they worked pretty good. But at the time, I did it without I took out the light bulb. I took it out. So then I took out, then I added the other one, connected both of them, and then just popped them in here. I just popped them in there and turn on the lights to see how it looks, how it would look. It's to show you guys that it actually works. I'm gonna put them like this. Put this over here. Careful, I don't wanna burn anything out. Okay, so show you it actually works. Enough. Alright, one more time. We're gonna turn them off and turn them back on. Alright, here we go. This is off. This is the car has no keys or anything, nothing is on. See? Car is off. You're gonna hear me turn the lights like if I forgot to turn them off. Nice, huh? Very nice. Look at that. It almost hurts your eyes a little bit. So when I did it without the light bulb, I popped everything back into place, you know, did everything, like, made it look pretty. And I was thinking, oh, that's gonna be cool, you know. But what happened is, I think that later that day, I went out to somewhere, and then I wanted to, my battery's low on my cell phone, and what I did, it has an extra outlet here on this side. So I opened it, I popped in the car adapter for the power for my phone. It wouldn't work. For some reason, it just wouldn't work. So I tried doing it on this side. I was like, oh, maybe that one's faulty or something. And it still didn't work. This one didn't work neither. So both cigarette lighters were out. And I'm assuming it had to do because I didn't put the light bulb back into place. And actually, I was driving with it without it. So I was able to figure out by trial and error that was it. I guess it wouldn't close the circuit for any of these two outlets to work. So if anybody out there ever has issues with the outlets of these, whether this one or this one or this one, and nothing works on this little area right here, it's probably because one of these is out and you need to replace them, and then see which one it is that actually is not working. So after I bought a new pack of, because I pretty much wanted to see, I wanted to replace the light bulb to upgrade it to make it an L.E.D also, which AutoZone doesn't carry, but JC Whitney does carry, and I think it's $7 or $8 for L.E.D, one of these. So I'm gonna order those and hopefully be able to update my dashboard to LEDs, and I think maybe that might lead to issues. I heard that maybe, I guess the circuitry in the car can't handle that much LEDs because it's not capable of, and it's because it's such an old car and it has issues with it. So I'm assuming that's what it is. But again, after I put the light bulb and I put this back in there, these were working. Hey, that was it.